Do you smell that, Matt?
Hmm?
It kind of smells like up everybody in here.
What's up, everybody?
What is up, everybody?
Oh.
Welcome back. It is Until We Agree. My name is Tyler Pritchard. I'm here with Matt Howard, Matthew Howard, Rat Coward. However you know this man, we are back.
King of the Rat Pack right here. Well, I don't know if I should say that because the King of the Rat Pack probably would be leading in the polls right now. And let's just shoot things straight. I got obliterated last week.
I'm liking this.
I got absolutely
Yes, you
obliterated
did.
last week.
Yes, you did.
Well, I don't know if the final results got 90-10 percentage wise, but it got close. So I'll say it right now. Maybe cereal is not soup.
Hey,
But other than that, it's been a great week. We've hit some big numbers on the show. Stats wise, the Instagram's popping off. Until we agree, of course. So yeah. How things been on your end last week?
yeah, really good. I been working, been busy. I saw a scary movie the other day, which reminded me of the time we went and saw a scary movie. And
It's the worst week of my life.
yeah, I think I watched you cry like 3 or 4 times that week. It was unbelievable.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe, yeah. Thank you for saying that week because I was hoping you wouldn't say per movie, which may be more accurate.
Yeah.
But fun week. So glad you came in town. That was so much fun. Seriously.
Yeah, no, that was fun. But I mean, we got a big episode. I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody saw the Instagram story. We typically don't like to date the episodes, but the Instagram story the day before this was released kind of hinted at a special guest.
Wait, what Instagram are you talking about?
Oh, it's at Until We Agree.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know we had an Instagram.
And yeah,
You can follow
no,
it.
we do. And yeah, and you can follow it. It's like most other Instagrams where there's a follow button.
Sure.
So you should do that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we had a little story up there. It might be still up if you're an early adopter of this podcast. I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So you should go check. And it hinted at a guest. Now that guest was hinted to be Barack Obama.
Barack Obama, yeah.
Now this is our 4th episode.
Mm-hmm. We're doing
You got April Fool's.
We're doing good numbers, not that good numbers.
No,
so
not that good. Maybe next week.
Barack, if you're listening, feel free to come on. We'd love to have you.
We'd love to have
yeah,
you.
April
you can
Fools.
debate anyone.
April Fools, all you idiots, especially those who think cereal is not a soup. But why don't we dive into the first topic of the day, if you don't mind me jumping into it.
I'd love it.
So let me run this by you really quick.
Okay.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, okay. Well, wait a second.
April Fools. Just a reminder,
They thought
we'll never talk about it. But
if you're driving, like I can see everybody just 2 hands on the steering wheel. They heard that, their ears perked up.
Mhm.
They sat a little forward in their
Mhm.
seat.
Mhm.
Nope, not today.
it's like the opposite reaction of when we hear fan fictions about us. It's the opposite reaction where we get so disgusted and just so
Yeah.
annoyed by it that we're never going to talk about the fan fiction situation. We're
No,
if you
and
ever write
I
one,
do want to thank the fans because they listened to us. They didn't
Right.
write one, which was nice.
Yeah.
Because like we did request that one was not written and it was not written. So we appreciate that. If something like that were written, it would live on at Until We Agree, but
Yeah,
it was not
because
so.
we'd have to, but we don't want to. So please,
We don't want to,
please
please.
keep it up. You're doing great. Rat Pack, you're doing great. Keep it up, but let's not do that. We don't want it. Seriously, we don't want to do it. But first real topic of the day. Let's dive into it. This is a big debate that we kind of came out of nowhere this week. We didn't really we had never spoken about this ever. I don't know if anyone has. But the question of the day is, if you're standing in the garage with the door open, are you inside or outside?
Now I think that begs the question when you say with the door open, you're talking about the big garage door.
The big garage door open. Yes. If that's open, are you inside or outside?
You are, I mean, you're as inside as
Outside.
as you can be.
Well, actually, no, you'd be outside, but I figured this is the side
No.
you'd be on. So yeah, why?
Because you're still inside. Like, just because the door's open does not mean you're outdoors. You're still within the doors. Just because it's like a special door
Mhm.
that, you know, is on wheels and goes up, like that doesn't really mean you're outside now.
Well, see, and my thought is the door does make a big difference in this situation, but has nothing to do with the wheels on the door, actually. Let me put you onto this for a second. The door's big.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
So
The door is big, but
Mhm.
it's still a door, and you're in the door, indoors.
No, because I think the door description isn't actually correct. When we look at a garage door, it actually is just the entire wall, essentially, with the exception of maybe a few inches on both ends. It essentially makes up the entire wall, and air passes in pretty freely through that door. So yeah, that's actually why you're outside. Next, should we go to the next topic, or are we good?
Well, I mean, I feel like we can go to the next topic because no one thinks what you're thinking.
No, everyone
But
does.
I will just say, if you open two sides of a car door, or two doors on one side of a car, let me rephrase, that doesn't mean you're outside.
No, because door small.
So, because door big,
Right, because door is wall, you're outside.
door is wall big door,
Mhm.
outside.
Yeah, you're fine.
I disagree
finally
because here's the thing, you're still indoor.
No, you're not, because you're getting the full flow of the air coming in, because there's no resistance on that entire half of the building. You don't say I'm going into the garage. If you're inside your house, you're going out to the garage. You're going outdoors because it's not like part of the, like the rest of the bones of the house kind of is built around the garage. It's an open area.
I have to disagree with your
open
logic
area.
there,
No, it's
though,
an open
because
area.
if I'm in my bedroom, I'll also say I'm going out to the living room. It doesn't mean I'm going outside. It just means I'm going out of the room I'm in into the next room.
But you're staying in the house. That's different. You're going out of the house into the garage.
Okay, but the point you're making doesn't make that different.
No, that may be fine, but you're going out. What I'm saying is you're going out of the house to go into the. If you look at like the construction of like a new build house, there's a big gaping hole where the garage is going to be. Like if it's just like the wood, like bare bones of the house, the garage is just an open area. It's not part of the actual like build of the house. It has a different build completely, and it has an opening that lets you access the outside world openly, with ease, if you will. Outside.
Yeah, no,
It's a continuation.
I understand what you're saying, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like,
The truth doesn't make any sense.
no, the
Barack
truth
Obama
makes
would be
sense.
tearing you to shreds right now.
Barack Obama, let me tell you what, Barack Obama, I think you would have disgusted him by so much at this point. Like, that's an intelligent man you're talking about. What number president was he? Do you know?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, tell me.
I don't want to.
Okay. And I don't want to either, and that's why I'm not saying it,
Right.
not because I don't know the number. But no, like, just because
Bro's been
air can
yapping.
pass through at a higher rate than
He's
a
been yapping.
quote unquote normal
Been yapping for
door.
a minute straight,
Can you stop?
saying
Can you,
nothing.
hey,
He's
can you
saying
stop? Can you stop?
nothing
Can you
right-
stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop?
Sorry.
Just because air can pass through at a higher rate than a different door, like that doesn't mean that you're outside now.
Okay, no, but you're forgetting the main point. Door big.
No, but that is like your point saying door big is because air can now
door
pass
is no, because
through at a
door is
higher
actually just
rate.
wall.
Door is wall, and because door is wall, door is big.
Because you have a, say, let's just, for simplicity, let's say it's a 4-sided garage. Essentially you only have 3 sides.
As most are.
Yeah, but essentially you only have 3 sides, because that one that opens up to the outside is just removing that wall completely, and so the outside world is totally accessing.
So why do you think that you can't have a 3-sided indoor structure?
What are you talking? It has nothing to do. I said for simplicity, we're taking a 4-sided structure.
And for simplicity even more, I'm saying let's remove the door completely. And now you're just in
A pyramid, yeah, I know
um,
shapes.
No. It's not a pyramid. It's just it's still a square structure, but you don't have a wall. So now we've just removed the door. We've removed a big door. You're still indoors.
No, we've removed big wall there, and now you're outside.
I disagree.
You're wrong, because there's nothing else. There's nothing to disagree with. This is just fact. That's just an entire side of the house completely taken out, but now the world is open there. There's no wall
because
at all.
I think
There's no wall at all. You're not part of the house anymore.
I think it's more reliant on whether you are covered by something, by how big the gap in the wall is. What about a window?
No, window is small.
Well, what if it's a big window?
If it's a window that takes up an entire side of the house, and then that window is then removed, then the entire house is out. This is actually, thank you for saying, this is a great point for my side. You're telling me.
Well, no. You can't just say if it takes up the wall and then is also removed.
Yeah, if that wall is removed,
it doesn't take up the wall. Then
what I'm saying, if that window, when it is installed, is the entirety of one side of a house, and then that entire side of the house is removed. Like, think about it like this: if you just take a wall off of any house, where it's, say, like a brick wall that like encloses the house, if you take that off, the whole house is exposed at that point. And the same way, the garage is completely exposed when you have the garage door open, because the entire wall is removed.
I understand the point you're trying to make, but I just don't see where you start to become outdoors. Like, I feel like there's a threshold where, and usually there's a crack on the ground even, where you kind of go from the concrete of your pavement of the garage is out to the driveway, and then that would be outdoors.
Well, they know that
you're not just outdoors from like pressing a button. That would be teleportation.
Are you referring to step on a crack, you break your mother's back right now? What are you talking about?
No, breaking your mother's back would be a crime.
Are you saying we agree to disagree on this topic?
Yes, because I hate your take. I don't really like this topic that much because
you're so wrong about it. This is how I felt.
No,
this is how I felt about the cereal soup thing last week, and I kind of knew I was after about 30 seconds of talking. I said, I'm just kind of saying nothing right now. But this week I know I'm saying something, and I know I'm about to win the poll this week to level things back up.
Well, the poll this week isn't even.
I hear you,
but already pre-decided the poll this week is just who won this episode in general. It doesn't even have anything to do with the topic,
which is fine. I mean, it has part of it to do with it. I feel like I'm cooking right now. So yeah,
I think the audience will heavily disagree with you. The Rat Pack sides with me on this. 10,000 of them, 10,000 strong.
I disagree. Hey there. This is Matt from Until We Agree. But right now, this is editor Matt from Until We Agree. In the future, letting you know, we just had some technical issues that forced us to go back a little bit in our recording and restart from this point on. So you're about to hear a pretty weird cut and us being pretty low morale, because you guys know we bring gas every moment of the podcast, and we were disappointed to lose what we had, but we knew it was for the best. We didn't want to have a repeat of what happened last time. So just want to give you a heads up. It'll pick back up, but yeah, morale is pretty low. But don't worry. The joy of doing this podcast shines through in the end. So thanks for sticking with us. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you for listening to Until We Agree with Matt and Tyler. We hope you like it. Yeah. And welcome back to Until We Agree. Slight technical issue there, but we are
even.
You could call it that, but we're so back. The good news, I'm still your host, Matt Howard. That's still your host, Tyler Pritchard. Why don't we just jump in? We just took it back to the start of the second topic, just for simplicity's sake. But yeah, so we're just gonna get back going again. The question is, would you rather be in jail for 5 years or a coma for 10 years?
Easy.
Yeah.
Jail for 5.
Okay. That's wrong. The answer is a coma for 10.
I already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
it's because you're sleeping and it's instant, right?
No, I was just gonna say you don't. When you're in a coma, you don't age. So you stay the exact. Yeah.
You just made that up.
No, you don't age because you're not living. So if I went in a coma, so I'm 21 years old. If I went into a coma at 21 and I woke up at 31, I'm actually still just 21.
Well, first of all, you would have had to go into a coma 20 years ago to be in a coma at 21.
Right.
And second of all, that's just not how it works.
But yeah,
You're not getting that's just not how I would not doubt that you age a little slower because you're not experiencing the normal wear and tear on your body. But
yeah, I'm sure there's nothing physically.
That's 10
difficult.
10 years of your life gone, 5 more years than if you were in jail.
Yeah, but you're asleep. You're not in jail.
What's
You're
hey, what's it about some rehabilitation in jail?
That's nothing. Let's just, maybe the system doesn't work as well as it should. So I don't know. I just don't.
Maybe it doesn't, but hey, I'd get
Hey, man.
jacked.
Why?
5 years in
Why don't-
jail.
Tell me this. What?
What?
Why are you in jail for 5 years, man? What'd you do?
Dude, it could be a number of things.
What?
For example, they could have finally got up to me on this whole speeding thing. You never know.
Yeah. Still wanted for sure.
It could be worse than that.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time to go to jail. That's a pretty serious
It's
crime.
a serious
That's a
sentence. Because you got to think that's like 5 years. That's probably with like good behavior. So
Yeah,
I was probably sentenced to 10.
Because it sounds like you're kind of looking forward to going to jail, so I'm sure you're behaving well when you're in there.
Yeah, no, I was definitely sentenced to 10. What do you get sentenced 10 years for? I don't know. What do you think I'd be in jail for?
Think of all the crimes, like burglary, different levels of burglary, a safe crime that hurts nobody really, and like in the end, as long as you're being like responsible about it, that's just a simple.
That is the
a simple
thing. Do
10.
I have to, if in this scenario, like, do I have to kind of like plan out the crime as if, like, all right, I got to get my 5 years in, so let me just do a crime that'll get me 5 years?
Right? Yeah. I mean, you have to pick. So I mean, I'm picking just to
I would rob a
self-induced
bank
coma. Okay.
because I saw it on Prison Break once.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show if you haven't seen it. He
Great
goes
movie.
and robs a bank, but he has no bullets in his gun, and so no one will ever get hurt.
Perfect. So that's what
Except
you're
I
gonna
would
do.
have bullets in my gun just for self-defense.
Just for self-defense. Yeah.
I
No,
imagine that's like not a safe situation to be in, so I just feel like
Right.
like,
The situation you created.
Yeah. No, I feel like
That's putting everyone in danger is not a safe situation
No,
for
sure.
you to be in.
I'll take the 5
Right.
years off that.
Yeah. But so you're but from what you said earlier, it kind of feels like it's an opportunity for you. Is that what you're pointing at?
Opportunity for me to get ripped, yeah. I'd work out so much out in jail.
you
Make
could
some
use it.
friends.
Mm-hmm.
Read maybe, catch up on my reading. Oh man, what could I could do?
I've known you for 10 years. I don't think maybe even longer than that. Maybe like
Be careful what you're about to say, because I think I know what you're gonna say, and you're wrong.
I've known you for about 10 years, a little over 10 years. I think
Okay.
I've seen you read like half a book ever.
Nope,
I don't think
that's
prison-
incorrect. I read 3 books last year.
That's a crazy flex, man.
I read 3 books last year, and
Uh-huh.
I can list them for you if you want.
Yeah, dude, please.
Dracula, I read at the beginning of the year. I think you knew
Great
that.
movie. Yeah, great movie.
Dracula by Bram Stoker.
Okay.
2, The Fisherman in the Sea. And I
Okay.
thought about starting Catcher in the Rye.
You thought about so the third book you read was just what you thought about?
Yes.
Okay, but when you're in prison, you'll have so much free time that
I can think
You-
about
you
so many books to maybe
you
read.
think about yeah. And the good thing about a coma is I think you're still I'm going to pick the coma
Are
where
you
you're still kind of
dreaming?
yeah, I think you're still somewhat conscious. Like not like conscious, but like your brain is still active in some ways. And so
Yeah.
maybe I'll write a book that you can think about reading in my head, and then once I wake up,
Probably
my
not.
legs will probably be pretty tired. Not super worked out at that
Tired?
point.
I
yeah,
definitely
like-
be tired. They might be atrophied.
Yeah,
But
and
I
so like
definitely be tired.
if I tried to, well, once I took 5 steps, they'd be tired, and so like I'd have a lot of time to kind of be awake but not moving much, and that might be give me time to write the book that I thought about writing in my brain. So really, we're both capitalizing. I think it would be like maybe like a period piece on just like the society we live in, you know.
I hate it.
I think you'd like it. So like think about what if someone became a pilot?
Okay, I like this.
Yeah, and like ultimately their goal, like at their root, is just provide for their family, but they have a dark secret that they're hiding.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, he's a great husband, a great father, a great pilot, but he has secrets, and it's really a commentary on the world. Like he's German or Swedish.
I think it's time we introduce a character we've been working on for a long time.
Yeah, we've been workshopping this.
He's a fellow of Nordic descent. We don't know where.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you think so by his name, but he's from Germany, maybe Austria. Who knows?
So yeah, like middle Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. His name is Bjorn Dufly.
Yeah.
And he's a pilot.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy, but he's got some secrets.
Yeah.
And that's, you might hear that name from time to time. That's all you need to know about him for now.
Just know he knows where every country in the world is, and he's a great pilot.
I'm glad we got that out there. We've been holding that back for a long time.
For about a year, we've been workshopping this character. So if you want to do the fan fiction thing, like don't.
And like if Bjorn Dufly is flying us in this fan fiction that you guys are like, you know, it's probably at the tip of your pencil by now.
Please don't do it though.
Like, come on, that would be silly.
Don't include Bjorn Dufly in this. Please, it would be awful. We would hate
his chiseled features. Oh, we don't want to read that.
Yeah, he's a great husband and father. It's
his long blonde hair and his chiseled features and his accomplished flying career. We don't need to hear anything about that.
We don't want to hear any more about Bjorn Dufly and his dark secrets and dark past. But he's turning over a new leaf, and we don't want to be a part of this. Please don't. So that's my book I would be writing while I'm in a coma for 10 years. Is kind of the story of Bjorn.
I would think about reading that maybe.
That's awesome. Cool. So you're wrong about prison, because prison at its core, you mentioned like all like the kind of good perks about it. At its root, it's not like a great place to be for 5 years. I'd rather be just kind of chilling, you know. And I wake up on the same age as I was. Just kind of
chilling.
No, I wake up on the same age as I was, so nothing really happened.
Okay, but you're basing your answer off of something that's just not true. You don't just wake up the same age.
Pretty much, though. I wouldn't know any better.
Yeah. I think it'd be shocking when you woke up. It'd especially be shocking because, and I hate to say this, you'd be alone in a hospital room.
Oh my! I can name at least 3 people who would stay by my side in the hospital.
Am I one of them?
No. Like friends and family is who I'm thinking of more.
I could be there the last 5 years. I'm a little
you're the one who
first 5.
You're the one who put me in a coma. Well, this is if nothing else, this has been fun to kind of dream about. Like I will be in a coma here soon.
What if you already are?
That's a deeper question than we're used to having on this show. But I have some less deep questions we can talk about right now from the Q&A section, because this is a heavy week of Q&A. We got
a lot.
Because there's chances everywhere to ask us questions and get featured on Until We Agree, starring Matt Howard and Tyler Pritchard. You can always ask us a Q&A section on Spotify directly, and it'll go right to our little website, and we'll read it and answer any question you may have. You can also follow us on Until We Agree on Instagram, and we will see your questions there too. Whenever we post about answering questions, we'll get to them. So we have a ton to rapid fire through today. The first one comes from Tyler, but not this Pritchard. He asks, and we'll be really quick on this because we know our demo does not care about this that much. MJ or LeBron, GOAT, greatest of all time, basketball. What's your answer?
Jordan or Jackson?
Jordan. Yeah, Jordan. Sorry,
Okay.
Michael Jordan, the basketball player.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my legitimate answer is who cares? But my
Sure. So true.
But if I had to answer this question, I would say LeBron has been better for longer. MJ's better at the peak, but nobody cares about sports on this podcast.
Yeah. The only reason we're even including this podcast, my answer is whatever the opposite of your answer is. We just want to get Dalton Connect on the show. So that's really the only reason we're talking about this. A real basketball player that we'd love to talk to. So shout out Dalton. He's probably my answer for number one anyways.
Wow, that wasn't part of the question. I
No,
didn't
no,
know
no,
I didn't
my
know we
answer-
could do that.
Oh,
Can
no,
I
but my
can
answer.
Can I have a new answer?
No, you already answered. My answer's the opposite
have
of
a new
whatever
answer?
your No. My answer's whatever yours isn't. So we've already. Yeah, go ahead though if you want to give another one, but it won't count.
Air Bud.
Not bad. I'll take Dalton though. So far, that's one question, but we're about to have to rapid fire
Thank you.
because
Hey,
yeah,
really good job on the math there because I was a little behind, and I'm sure the audience wasn't sure
Right.
exactly how many questions we'd gotten through on the rapid fire yet. So I'm glad you.
yeah.
You
Well,
just
in
said
case you in case you missed it the first time, that was just question one on the rapid fire.
Yeah.
But we're about to get rapid fire because we
Question
have
two.
Taylor, who I don't want to count this high, asked so many questions.
30 to
so
40. We lost
Somewhere
count.
between 30 and 40 questions on an Apple Notes app sheet. So we're gonna rapid fire them. We're gonna alternate who goes first, and we're just gonna get through them because we have to. So Taylor, thank you for all the questions. Really appreciate it. First one: better superpower, flying or reading minds?
Flying. Reading minds is not a superpower.
Reading minds is a superpower, and it's the better one. We have planes, like Bjorn Do Fly flies. We have planes. We don't need to be able to fly.
Yeah,
we already
but
can fly.
You have to buy a ticket and get on the plane and sit down
Mhm.
and then buckle your seatbelt and then
Mhm.
wait and
Mhm.
then they taxi and they back
Mhm.
up
Mhm.
and then they go forward really fast
Mhm.
and then the plane lifts. It makes fly off the ground.
Yeah.
And then you're in the air.
hmm
Or I could just jump.
Yeah.
Which
but
one sounds better?
I'm not saying which one sounds better. Whoa, that was crazy. That's the struggle of being 16 recording a podcast. So
And younger.
which one sounds better? Yeah, flying does sound better compared to flying, but we already can fly on planes.
Flying sounds better. Okay.
It sounds better than flying on a plane.
What do
yes,
you like
but
so much about reading minds? What do you want to know?
you can't do that. You can't pay
What
for
do
a
you wanna
ticket to read
know?
minds. I want to know everything. I can know what people think about me. I can know what
I can
maybe
tell
like,
you what I think
maybe
about
like
you.
what Barack Obama's thinking if we ever get
I
him on the
can-
podcast.
I can tell you what they're thinking about
what do
you.
people think about me?
They don't like you very much. They think you're a rat.
Yeah, King of the Rats. Welcome to the Rat Pack. Maybe that's true.
Welcome to the rat.
Still,
pack,
I'm
baby.
picking reading minds because we can already fly. I don't care about being able to fly. I want to be able to read minds.
Deep thought
Mhm.
incoming. Everybody brace yourselves. Turn your volume up. Deep thought incoming. We already read minds on social media every day.
That was dumb. That was a bad thing to say. Thanks for saying that, man. Next question from Taylor. Do you want to hit it?
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, it can be on pizza.
Well, I guess
what's
I have
your
a question on the format of the question because
Yeah.
like is it a matter of fact if pineapple can reside on pizza or if we like pineapple on pizza? Because those are two separate answers.
I think it's up to interpretation.
Because yes and no, if you will.
Yeah. No, I think here's what I know about you is you would never eat pineapple on pizza because it's not a chicken tender or cheese pizza. So for you it doesn't even matter.
Okay. For those of you who know me, this may not come as a surprise,
Mm-hmm.
but I love chicken tenders.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like a
for
child
those of
does,
you
yeah.
who don't know me, I love chicken tenders. So here's the thing: pineapple on pizza, it's a no-go. But pineapple on pizza, like it can exist, yes. So I don't know where that puts us. I'm so confused that I don't think we agree, but we'll just go on to the next one.
The question itself wasn't very clear because pineapple on pizza?
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
sure. Do we
but
want it?
No. But
Right.
sure, maybe. Who knows?
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So thank you for the question anyways, Taylor. Seriously, great question.
Yep. On the next one.
Here's a simple one for you since we had that confusing one. Do we have free will?
I don't. I thought the movie was called Good Will Hunting. I don't have a copy of it, though.
I hate that I didn't hear that joke before we started recording because that's devastating to hear that such a bad joke, man. Or just a reminder, audience, just a quick reminder. First of all, the answer is yes, we do have free will. Just a reminder, we are voting on the whole episode who won tonight because we have so many questions. We just wanted to hit them all at once. So click over to Spotify
I think I'm winning them with my charm.
So yeah, just after you do you have, the question was, do we have free will? And Tyler said, I thought the movie was called Good Will Hunting. That was his answer to the question. So just keep that in mind when you're picking who won today's episode.
Stop repeating the thing that I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I think the people understand now what you've said to the question, do we have free will? Cats or dogs, man?
First and foremost,
Uh-huh.
that was my question to ask.
Sorry.
We were taking turns, and it was my question to ask. So I'm going to ask you cats or dogs.
Cats.
Silly.
Yeah.
You don't even have a cat.
I don't have a dog either.
Yeah, but you
Besides
don't have a
the
cat.
one
You have a family
and me.
dog. You have a family dog.
Yeah.
You don't have a single dog in you.
I moved hundreds of miles away from.
Well, I'm going to go dogs because that's the correct answer. Nothing against cats. I am allergic, though.
You know what rhymes with cats? Rats. Rat
Rats,
Pack.
Rat Pack
Click
for
below.
life.
Click below and click
Follow.
Matt on the answer. Follow us on
Follow
Instagram
on
until we
Instagram.
agree.
Follow us on Spotify to join the Rat Pack officially. At 100
And-
followers, something special's coming your way.
Something real special is coming at 100 followers, and we're close. So hit that
We're
button
so
for
close.
free. It's all yours.
You could be
Please
the
just
100th
take
follower, and
You
if you
could be.
are, you don't get anything, but could be you could get a shout out.
The group collectively gets something at 100 followers. So
Mhm.
being a part is something special in itself.
History even.
You could call it that for sure. Is it my
Yeah,
question?
it's your turn.
Do aliens exist?
Do aliens exist? So okay.
Yeah.
Are we talking about in real life or in like the broader like we all know what aliens are?
We're talking about like creatures from other planets coming to visit us.
Okay, so that's an important distinction. Like, do they exist only if like we've made contact with them, allegedly?
So it's like Schrodinger's alien is what you're asking.
No, I don't think you understand Schrodinger's cat.
I may not. That's very possible. But yeah, do aliens exist in the universe is I guess the question.
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, of course not.
That's crazy, but okay.
Have you ever talked to one?
I feel like I'm talking to one every week on Tuesday.
We record on Mondays, man.
We
your
don't-
question.
Hey,
So sorry.
Hey, we don't date that. The audience isn't supposed to know that.
Oh, sorry. We record on Tuesdays.
We record live. This is live. Now,
Every time someone clicks play.
yep. So every time someone clicks play, we recite the same podcast. All right.
Uh-huh.
Next. What is? Oh no. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Is college worth it?
Yeah, shout out to my dad. Paid for the whole thing. So yeah, it was worth it.
What does your dad do, by the way?
Business. Any other questions?
Yeah, I had no questions. I'll add context for everybody. We were at a comedy show in New York City, where we will race when we hit 10,000 followers.
Times Square, baby.
And a comedian asked Matt, we were sitting in the front row, a comedian asked Matt, what does your dad do? And he looked at the comedian and said, I do not know.
Which, frankly, was mostly true.
It just wasn't a good look, I'll be honest.
I even like I did some when I was growing up. I did some work at my dad's company like with him. I still can't tell you like what exactly he did. But here's the thing: they don't need to know my business anyways. So I was fine with what with the information I gave them. It honestly might have been too much to begin with. But yeah, so I would say if your daddy pays for it, yeah, why not go? What about you?
And remember, we're voting on this, by the way.
Right. Yeah.
I would say if you went to college, it's worth it. If you didn't go to college, you probably dodged a bullet. I'm playing both sides. And you can't stop me.
That's not an answer. That's not an answer. What do you mean?
I'm playing both sides and you can't stop me. You can't do anything about it.
So yeah, just again, we are voting on this on Spotify.
Next.
He has not answered a question yet on the rapid fire. What's the best holiday? Oh, is this mine? Yeah. What's the best holiday?
Yeah. What's the best holiday? I think I'm gonna score some points here with the edgy crowd.
I swear. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go with Halloween.
Shout out the edgy crowd of the Until We Agree podcast. The one person listening on web browser.
All Hallows Eve, if you will.
I'm taking Christmas. Vote Matt in the poll below. Web browser, just send us an email, man. You know what you're doing. When should you stop celebrating your birthday?
Oh, that was my question. You stepped on my question again. Is there no respect to this? I feel like we have to. Hold on, let's take a step back from these questions real quick.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's all I need, an apology. All right.
Okay.
When should you stop celebrating your birthday?
I do just want to say, it just felt like it was rapid fire. And just like when we race, you were moving a little slow when I was moving a little fast. And I think finding somewhere in the middle is fair.
That's just sad.
Did you ask me when should we stop celebrating my birthday?
Yeah, it's the same one you asked me when you stepped on the question. So go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, right. I would say 120 years old on average.
Why?
Just because most people don't live that long. So I think that's a fair, safe estimate that if we just say that number, everyone can keep celebrating their birthday because there's nothing wrong with the birthday.
That was such a bad answer.
Well, no. I think people like birthdays.
Yeah, I mean, they can like birthdays, but that's just... Listen. 21's the last birthday you need to really think about too much. Then you got 25, sure. Have some fun. Then you got 30. Mm-hmm. Then it's every 10 years.
Sure.
Just give it a rest, you know?
Yeah. This is a tough question for me, I guess, because I'm turning 21 this year, and so I don't know.
I thought you said you were 16 earlier.
No, well, I think I meant 21. Young but not too young, you know. So I can't wait to see kind of what the 21st has in store for me. But yeah, maybe I can give better insight to that question once I can stop celebrating birthdays. In your opinion, I'll ask the next question for us since it's my turn. Should toilet paper hang over or under?
I mean, I would say over.
Okay.
But what would you say?
I'm going to have to say that I kind of prefer it just kind of sitting on the little table where you keep snacks on the back of the toilet.
I'm sure you would.
I just keep it there.
Wait. I just caught something that I was not really clocking that because I thought I knew what you were going to say.
Uh-huh.
You said the word snacks.
Yeah, like that's what the back part of the toilet's for, is for the snacks. You can just eat while you're on the toilet. Or my toilet's right next to my shower, so I can also I can do the same thing for shower snacks too, yeah.
And just to make sure,
mm-hmm.
You don't keep it on the toilet paper holder for what reason?
Well, I just like sitting there instead.
Do you?
Follow us on Instagram at Until We Agree. I'll post on the story where my toilet paper is sitting right now.
Nobody wants to see that.
Okay, maybe I won't post it then. Yeah, no, you just keep it there with the snacks.
What snacks do you have on your toilet?
Chips, chocolate, charcuterie board.
That's disgusting. Are you sure it's chocolate?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure. I everything's clean. I clean every Friday. It's called Cleaning Friday, and everything's in order. Everything's tidy because I get it. It could be gross, but not if you take care of it. That's why the table's there. So might as well use it. But yeah, my answer is I just sit it.
It's not a table.
Well, it's shaped like one. So That's my answer to the question.
That's actually a great segue because like you just called the back of the toilet a table.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you live in a world where you think functionality like defines something. So the next
Mhm.
question is a straw a spoon? I know exactly. You don't have to say your answer. I know you're gonna say yes because you just think that because it can do the same thing a spoon can do that it is a spoon, but that's not how spoons work.
Yeah, no. So when you're using a straw as a spoon, it's a spoon. What's your point?
And okay, so you're saying if I take off my shoe
Mm-hmm.
and I hit a nail with it, my shoe is now a hammer.
A hammer. Yeah, hammer. Yep. So if you're using a tool for its use, anything can be a hammer if you're nailing into a piece of wood. So
Now let me get a little abstract with you.
mm-hmm.
If I pick up a water bottle,
Okay.
and I use the water bottle to press the on button on my TV, what is the water bottle?
A finger.
Yeah, please go vote.
No, I think that's I think collectively
Oh wait,
I've
you want to
dominated.
go back real quick and pick a sentence to start because you tried to start about 6 different ones right there.
I think collectively I've dominated today, and if I lose this one, I get that because the audience doesn't understand.
It's 2-1 right now, by the way.
Yeah, I
in
understand,
favor
but
of me.
I've dominated today's show,
In
and
no
I don't think
way
there's
have
any
you
way
dominated.
around it. If I'm wrong on just this one alone, I can live with that because I understand the audience doesn't understand the linear path that my brain goes on when I see functionality is anything that completes the job it needs to do. So if I get this one wrong, so be it. I still know I'm right about it.
Wrong.
But
Oh.
why don't we talk about something I think we can agree
Yeah, it's
on?
time. It's time to. It's time to just get.
Because thank you all for submitting questions.
Yeah, there's no. I think that's an important thing to kind of. I think a lot of
Mhm.
people are afraid to submit questions. They don't
Mhm.
want to, have us say, "Oh, what kind of question is that?" Ooh,
Mhm.
that's not a good question. Ooh, that's
Right.
a bad question. But we
Right.
would never say that because
Right.
there's no bad question.
None.
Now there is
Mm-hmm.
a worse question so far, and we found
Yeah.
it, and it's next.
Yeah. So
Would you like to go ahead and tell us what that is?
So I'm gonna read this word for word as it was submitted to us. Okay. So this is
No,
from
wait.
Noah.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we gotta let
Yeah.
the audience know who said this.
This is from Noah. Noah, if you're listening, this one's all for you, man. Okay. Again, no bad questions. Thank you for submitting. Everyone should be doing this. We really do appreciate it. It means a lot
Yep.
to us.
Just the worst one so far, and that's okay.
Just the worst one so far. Probably won't get beat because here it is, word for word. Is cookie dough a type of ice cream?
Now, I know
Mhm.
what the audience just did and are thinking.
Uh-huh.
So, at first you think, is it? Like, because, there's cookie dough ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just, kind of dissect the questions asking if the substance of cookie dough is ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just feel bad for Noah.
Then you're like, man, Noah, what is this question? Because you're right. What he's saying is cookie dough ice cream. Not is cookie dough a flavor of ice cream, a type of ice cream. Again, seriously, no bad questions. Like none. We really appreciate it.
But I think we can agree.
We're gonna agree here. This is a
This
horrible
is so
question.
bad.
So bad. So
yeah.
bad. Noah,
Noah, try again next week, buddy.
next week, man. Next week's your week. I can feel it.
I think we got a good question coming from Noah next week.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it.
Yep.
So,
Noah, you already got a slot. Just throw one our way. You get it.
Oh, do you smell that?
Oh no.
It kind of. Do you smell that?
Maybe. What are you smelling?
It kind of smells like. Bye, everybody.
What's by everybody?
Goodbye, everybody.